Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you can tell that Rigathi Gachagua is not the same again? How many of you have seen that Rigathi Gachagua has toned down? He's working very hard, but things are going down at a very fast rate. Is it just me, or I'm just spreading propaganda here? Ever since he came from the US, he has not been the same again. The Rigathi Gachagua we had before going to the US and the Rigathi Gachagua we have after leaving the United States, he's not the same again. The energy has gone down. When you hear him say one term, it's not the same as one term that he said before. The ground somehow looks like it's diluted. Is it just my propaganda, or maybe it's a common thing that you guys are seeing? Looking at from my angle, things are not the same. And Gachagua cannot continue to do things in the same way. Things must change. And on this particular video, I want to take you through on some of the things that Rigathi Gachagua must start doing right now, or else things would not be okay for him. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mokwa Times, please take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. We have to agree that Rigathi Gachagua is the most popular in Mount Kenya. He could be probably 60% more than any other leader. Uhuru, when I did a survey here recently, I realized that he's at 60, Uhuru is at the rest, 40, probably something like that. And some, of course, were undecided. So when you check from there, he's not entirely in control of the entire Mount Kenya. So when we check also, we have to admit that Rigathi Gachagua needs to do certain things. In addition to coming from the US, while he's a bit low, Rigathi Gachagua was almost hit hard also by the Mbeere North loss. So Rigathi Gachagua must change the way he does things to ensure that things are okay. And what is he supposed to do? Number one, Gachagua should now start doing what you call observing some absence and some silence, where he limits his talking now. He should not be too common on social media, in churches, on interviews. No. People will listen to him and eventually get used to, Gachagua anaongea. Previously, you hear that Gachagua is going to have an interview. Millions of people are waiting for that interview to listen to him, to listen to the bombshells. But right now, the numbers have gone down. You hear Gachagua is on TikTok, but right now, the numbers have gone down. The anxiety we used to have that Gachagua is going to talk on Sunday, it has now gone down significantly. Of course, me, I do follow him, but I know it is not the same case again. Meaning, Gachagua now, he needs to reach a point to allow people to miss him and say, Gachagua ako happy. The way he did before, after Raila Amolo Odinga had died. And when he speaks a lot of sense. That takes me to my next point. He needs to change the content that is giving Kenyans. We already know William Ruto, what he has done that is wrong to us as Kenyans. Now, people want to hear what is our hope. Which kind of hope that Gachagua is presenting to us. What is he telling us? That is what the people of Kenya want to hear. So he must ensure that he's addressing issues, solutions. Issues, solutions. At least for Kenyans to be like, yeah, indeed, we need this guy. That is messaging. He needs to change on that. Thirdly, Rigathi Gachagua needs to bring other Mount Kenya leaders close. Regardless of their factions, he needs the entire Mount Kenya to be together. Fighting William Ruto in Mount Kenya alone, he will not manage. You can't fight Ruto, fight the MPs, fight the governors, fight the senators, and manage the war. It cannot work. It requires a lot from him, financially, human labor, a lot from him. So Rigathi Gachagua must decide today to ensure that he brings all the leaders in Mount Kenya together. Let him accept there are people who have dissenting voices, who wants to be in different parties, but at least they are together on one cause. Let these people who come close to him to feel comfortable. Right now it looks like Gachagua has put some fence, but let those people feel now very comfortable around him. People can express themselves, they can have their opinions, and eventually it will work. That will not only help Gachagua, but it will also help stabilize Mount Kenya seriously. It is stable, yes, but to make it much more stable. So that will help a lot. Another thing that Rigathi Gachagua should do right now is to probably work hard to get Uhuru Kenyatta. Despite that Uhuru Kenyatta is not the most active right now, he has a lot he can bring on board. He has a lot he can bring on board if Gachagua goes for him. Then they have a conversation and agree how things are working. He needs to be liberal-minded now. Let other people have the ideas. Let others also count. The way he has been doing probably on 1 or 2 occasions. That will help a lot for him to get some power and some, let me say, proper recognition. Also, Gachagua needs to get some professionals. People who will advise him on various matters to do with the economy, to do with the governance, to do with whatever William Ruto is doing right now. I noticed in his interview, there are so many things that he could not bring out clear. He really underperformed when it comes to being asked about issues. He could divert to go and talk some things that do not make really a lot of sense. So I think Gachagua needs to get professionals around him who can help him shape his knowledge on various issues as far as governance is concerned. In William Ruto's administration, there are so many systems that he has brought on board which require at least some professional consideration. So that at least Gachagua, whenever he's making his argument or even bringing out a correction or maybe pointing out some problem, he has the backing of the knowledge of some professionals around him. That will help him, at least whenever he gets an opportunity to speak, he speaks with a lot of confidence. One thing that Raila Amolo Odinga had, it is professionals around him who could advise him on various matters. That's why whenever he came out to speak, make a statement as a politician, and even just as an opposition leader, he made a lot of sense to Kenyans. People listened to him. Nobody rubbished him as such. Nobody rubbished him. Only is that Raila Amolo Odinga, he had some weaknesses, but the fact remains that whatever he pointed out came to pass. Came to pass. If you look at the things to do with NYS scandal, plus many other scandals that he, like even the Eurobond, plus many other scandals that he exposed, Raila Amolo Odinga was top-notch. That is very necessary. Whenever he held an interview, it was not very common, but at least when he holds one, you listen to Raila. He's speaking with a lot of wisdom, and he was very factual. That is very important for a leader of that particular category. So Gachagua, being the person who might probably take on from Raila Amolo Odinga, he needs to do some things in a very smart way. Lastly, I feel strongly that Rigathi Gachagua needs to ensure that for those who are around him, they are comfortable and that they don't go away from him. Right now, truth be told, he was with Njiri Wambugu, who left him. Now he keeps on bashing him on TikTok. And that is not a good sign. And when they come out to argue, you realize everyone has something to say against each other in a negative way. Gathoni Wamuchomba was very close to Gachagua. She also jumped ship. He went to Matiang'i. Right now, he talks of more of Matiang'i than Gachagua. Now, there came now Martha Karua. Martha Karua, who I thought probably she will become the governor of Kirinyaga, right now as we speak, she looks to be more close to Matiang'i. Meaning, there's something wrong around Gachagua. Unless I'm wrong in my observation. If it's not Gachagua, then these leaders have a problem. But if there's something wrong around Gachagua, I strongly feel that Rigathi Gachagua should correct it so that people can feel comfortable around him. If you check the members of parliament he has right now, after the by-election at Mbeere North, they have all subsided. Let's talk of the gentleman from Nyandarua. Let's talk of the guy from Kiambu. Even the guy from Murang'a. All these guys have toned down. A clear indication that people are troubled. It's my plea that Rigathi Gachagua can accept these people on board, organize himself, consider all the things that I've suggested here for things to be okay. My name is Abel Onkwa. Thank you so much for watching my videos.